Welcome back to Spirit Squared. I'm Andrew Darrington, your host. Tonight, we're here at the Beckham Hotel. I'm so excited to be here at our home where we started our podcast. Before we get started with our esteemed guests, I want to thank our sponsors. We've got Hoot and Holler Package Beverage down in Gunbarrel City. We've got Red Construction, Rex Consulting, the Vault Arms. We've got the Humidor, Goosehead with Ray Plunkett, who does insurance. Stanley's Barbecue down in Tyler. We've got True Vine Brewery. Thank you so much, Ryan and Tracy Dixon, for believing in what we're doing and hosting a lot of our podcasts now. And our newest sponsor, Texas State of Mind Coffee. This is for you. It is made in Tyler, and they do a great job. They air steam their beans, which is quite different than a lot of other coffee manufacturers that use like natural gas and things like that. So no carcinogens, and that's my gift to you. Thankfully, they've sponsored us and allow us to give a gift on all of our podcasts. Without further ado, we've got Sarah Butler with us tonight, who is a co-owner of the Beckham Hotel here in Mineola.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for
Last minute. We had a schedule change, and so why not have who we started with on? The podcast's been around for almost 2 years now. So it's been quick. And of course we had a relationship before then. Sure. Where we were doing some tastings and things like that.
We met over bourbon.
Yes, we did. So take us back before the hotel. What kind of things were you guys doing, and what led you down the path of being an entrepreneur of a hotel, which I'm sure is not super easy.
Not when people are involved.
Right.
So we came from Farmersville, and we were doing commercial renovation and residential renovation there. So selling houses, renting houses. And we had just finished our last downtown commercial property. And then I blame it on my husband because he was late in taking me out for my birthday. And so we came to Mineola because we like to explore small towns, go shopping, check out the food. It's also all about the pie, who has the best dessert.
Right.
And so he picked Mineola. And so we came down here shopping. And I'm bad with directions, so he told me to go right out the door, and I went left. And left was the Beckham Hotel, and there was a for sale sign. And we had just finished our last property, so I was not looking for a new project. And we thought, oh, that looks kind of cool. I wonder about that. Well, the broker happened to be planning a meeting later in the afternoon, a couple hours later. So he said, sure, I'll stop by and show you. And kind of the rest is history. So we looked at it. It had great potential. Originally, we planned to live here because we have splits on our family. So we were finally going to have a house big enough to host everybody for Christmas.
Right.
So that was the original plan. And it's
like come in, do some commercial renovation. You got experience with that.
Yeah.
And then live in it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Rent out maybe a little bit of the retail. And we, at the
like
time...
a bed and breakfast almost, right?
Well, yeah. We weren't even... Yeah, like, really, we had a lot of friends. We used to host a lot of martini parties. So we were like, hey, everybody will be able to come here. Kind of be a party house, maybe. And at the time, we had a couple of antique stores. So we're like, we'll live work like we did in Farmersville and in downtown Dallas. It'll be like that, but like in the country.
Right. It's your birthday anyway, right?
That's right. What else could he buy me? So anyway, so we closed on it actually 7 years ago this week. So
Yeah, okay.
timing is funny.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah.
So 7 years you close on it. How fast did you get out here?
So it took us about 9 months to find a place to live.
Yeah.
At that time, funny enough, the market out here, it was before it kind of blew up. Mm-hmm. And so there were a lot of choices. Right. So we finally agreed on a house. And so we moved out here June after we bought it. and we've been out here ever since then.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we worked on it afar, kind of a little at a time, still trying to figure out what we were going to do and what it needed.
So let's talk about what it needs. So first off, it's got a ton of history,
Absolutely.
and of course I've been here, 50 plus times.
Yes.
And every time you come here, there's a nuance. You find a safe in a wall,
Yes.
or you find a big ballroom,
Oh, yeah.
or you find this closet somewhere.
Very cool closets.
Yeah.
Yes.
So walk us a little bit through the history of the Beckham Hotel.
So originally there were several hotels in downtown, and at the time, the Beckham was actually considered a salesman's hotel. So it wasn't like very fancy. It was just kind of plain. It was kind of a working class hotel. But funny enough, all but one of those hotels have either burned down or fell apart. So the Beckham Hotel and the Henry are the only ones that are still standing. The Beckham's the only one that's still operating. So there's been a lot of changes. Now I would like to think that it doesn't look like a salesman's hotel. Maybe a little nicer, especially with our bourbon and cigar selection.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's still, it's not like the rooms are the original size. We didn't move any big walls. So they're small.
Yeah.
But then we figure you come to Mineola to walk around, to eat, to drink. You don't come here like you're going to downtown to hang out and watch the game. That's not really the vibe here.
Right.
So we just focused on cleanliness and then comfort of the beds. And then we, of course, have fiber for Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So that's important. And hot water is also pretty important.
Yeah, pretty important.
Yeah. So we just kind of focused on those things and kind of let everything else kind of fall into place. Those are the priorities.
It's for anybody who's ever been in like Natchitoches in Louisiana, the City of Lights.
Yes.
It's got that vibe too, where a lot of those places are you're staying in somebody's house. You've got a bigger space that also can accommodate larger events too.
Yes. Wedding parties.
Yeah. So you mentioned before we came on you've hosted some events that have been pretty fun.
Yes.
Over the years. I know that we also have live music from time to time.
Yes, we do.
So talk to us a little bit about that.
Sure. So coming from the Dallas area, we love patio weather. Obviously, we're in Texas, so we can use a patio more often. So we really designed it to be comfortable, but nice.
Yeah.
So we put in the outdoor patio. We decided that we didn't want any more lawn maintenance. And so we were thinking about there's patios that we would go to. It's raining, it's muddy, it's not very fun. So we wanted to make it easy for people. So we put in a patio. It's kind of...
It's got a New Orleans vibe to it.
yes. Some people have said Austin-esque,
Yeah.
but kind of...
It's more New Orleans to me than Austin, because
Yeah.
Austin, I think of like gravel,
okay.
pea gravel.
Yes.
That you're stepping on, and then you got a fire pit here or whatever.
Oh,
In New
okay.
Orleans, it rains so much that it's mostly like cobblestone or bricks
Sure.
or concrete, and it funnels to places that get the water out of that fast.
Yes.
And so and my parents lived in New Orleans, so I can speak from firsthand that it has that vibe, but also you got heaters out there
Yes.
too. And then occasionally you've got some food that's going on out there as
Yes.
well. So, I mean,
Yes.
there's a lot to do. And of course you sell cigars. So,
Sure.
For anyone who doesn't want to smoke inside, they have the access to the patio as well.
Exactly. And oftentimes when the weather is good, that's also where we have live music.
Right.
Because then everybody can kind of, relax out there.
Yeah. I mean, you could fit quite a few people out there too.
Yeah, depending on how we have it set up, it can hold about 85 people.
Wow. Yeah. That's a party by itself.
It is. Well, we've got the grill out there too, right?
Yeah.
So we can have food too.
Yeah, and typically the way your dynamic is somebody like a food truck almost
Yes.
brings their stuff, cooks on your
Correct.
devices,
Yes.
handles the food part of things if they want to do it in the back.
Yes.
But it's a nice setup. It's they can do everything there. Yeah. And I've hosted a couple things out there, tastings and
Yes.
things like that back in the day, and it was
Yes.
always a fun space to do it because it seems like people, when they get outside, they relax a little bit more.
Yes.
And they enjoy the weather, they enjoy each other. They don't have to worry about how loud they're talking either.
Right.
They can
Right.
kind of like laugh and enjoy themselves and each other a little bit more too.
Yeah.
And they're not confined to, like, if they're okay talking across the table a little bit more too.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I wanted to
A little
say.
more home style.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. So what was the process of, like, you talked a little bit about the beds and stuff like that. Was there other things that you guys had to come in and do to, like, make it livable or make it
Yeah.
rentable?
Yeah. So when we first looked at everything, we didn't know like how bad everything was. So the good thing
I mean,
is,
that wasn't on the, like,
The
label.
disclosure?
Yeah.
no, that was blank. So the good thing is structurally, it's amazing. It's built like a brick house, literally, but it's very solid. Mr. Beckham, when he was remodeling, he did everything right, not plumb, but right. And so it's very solid, but all the plumbing had to be redone. All the electrical had to be redone, new roof. At the time, actually, when we bought it, there was not much floor on the third floor.
Right.
So in order to go down the
remember
hall,
that, yeah.
yes, I mean, it was like walking on a balancing on a 2x4.
On a caution tape.
Yeah, a lot of caution.
If you are looking for a reputable builder with a proven track record and a client base to back it up, give Red Construction and Development LLC a call. Red Construction offers full design build services for new construction, custom homes, and remodeling with free site evaluations. They have an A+ rating with the BBB and are proud members of the Tyler Area Builders Association, Texas Association of Builders, National Association of Home Builders, and the Lindale Area Chamber of Commerce. Red Construction and Development LLC stands behind the exceptional quality of their work and have the expertise, the resources, and dedication to deliver the results you need on time and on budget. To learn more, give them a call at 903-630-8660 or visit them online at redconstructiondevelopment.com.
Hey, podcast listeners, are you in need of some top-notch libations to elevate your next gathering? Look no further than Hoot and Holler Liquor Store in Gun Barrel City, your go-to liquor store for quality drinks. From smooth bourbons to crisp wines and everything in between, Hoot and Holler has one of the largest and most diverse selections in East Texas. Planning a special occasion? Let our experts guide you to the perfect bottle. You'll receive excellent customer service not offered in the big box chains. Visit Hoot and Holler today and let the good times flow.
Vault Arms is your premier destination for all things firearms. Extensive selection of handguns, rifles, shotguns, and accessories. Knowledgeable staff to assist you in finding the perfect firearm to fit your needs. State-of-the-art gun range equipped with the latest technology for a safe and thrilling shooting experience. Take advantage of our professional shooting instruction and training programs suitable for all skill levels. Host your next group outing, corporate event, or bachelor party at our spacious and secure shooting facility. Committed to promoting responsible gun ownership and firearm safety. Fully licensed and compliant with all state and federal regulations.
So there was a lot that had to be done. And then, when you're doing a remodel, there's a sequence in which it has to be done, right? And so we had to start with the plumbing. And so that was going to cause a lot of damage. So it's almost like we had to get worse before we even approached getting better. But we got that done. We did use technology. So we did the pipe relining.
Yeah.
So we had less damage or rebuilding because of that. And it's an awesome process. In fact, the person who invented the process actually came out and said, this is exactly why I invented this, right? And he was really happy. He kind of oversaw part of the project. So it was a big undertaking. And then after that, right? Then you've got to run electric, but then you've got to do air conditioning. People out here in Texas like their air conditioning.
Absolutely. There's no windows open only.
No, that's
There is in Colorado or in parts of Arkansas too.
That's right. Even parts of Virginia sometimes.
Yeah.
So so then we had to do that. Then we were kind of working on the finish out. So putting ceilings, putting in the insulation, double painting the windows. There was a lot to it, a little bit at a time.
But you did almost all of it yourself.
We did a lot of it ourselves. We actually were the general contractor.
Strangely, Texas
Yes.
can be that.
Yes, you can.
Without license.
Without license, that's right. But we were able to kind of hire out the contractors that specialized in that. So instead of having a general who kind of maybe is better at plumbing, but not so much at that,
Yeah.
we like to think that we kind of got the best at each of the pieces,
Yeah.
and we're able to pull it together.
Yeah.
Everybody had to learn and work together, right?
Yeah, and there's a little bit of a slice that's taken
Yes.
that you saved.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. In order to put it back in, because as with any project, the timeline and the cost was not as originally planned.
Yes.
By a couple of multipliers.
Was it a challenge to do a lot of this during COVID?
It was.
Because COVID impacted a lot of people a lot of different ways.
Yes.
And for you guys, it was probably very difficult.
Yes, it was. Part of it was the financing.
Yeah.
So even though we were, ready for the project as it continued to grow, and by that time, again, plans were definitely agile in nature. It was a moving target. So at first I said, right, we were going to live in it. Then we decided, wow, with all the work, we're not going to be able to live in it anytime soon. And then we talked to some friends. I think we still refer to them as friends. And they told us, y'all should run this as a hotel. We were like, well, at the time we both had full-time jobs. So this was kind of like our side
project,
right? Yeah.
So y'all were doing commercial renovations as a side job.
That is correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
Okay. I wanted to make sure that was clear.
Yeah. So we were always busy.
Yeah.
With a new project, and so this obviously at that time we got rid of all the other projects and just kind of worked on this. So doing this during COVID, like you said, so supplies.
Yeah.
Right. What's in stock, what's not.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, with the air conditioners, we did a lot of research on mini splits. What's the best way? As a user in a hotel room, I don't want to have to be tied to who's next door. What if I like it hot? We like it cold. So getting the
Remote control is important, but then it also can get lost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a lot. So with each piece, there was a lot to think about from the maintenance side of things to the user side of things. So really total cost of ownership, right? TCO.
Yeah.
So we've learned a lot. And it was fun. It was definitely a lot to do. But like, for example, at the time, we weren't able to get the brand that we wanted from one manufacturer, right? We went with Daikin because it had the best warranty, best reviews. And so we actually had to hunt to get enough because the contractor that we were working with was like, well, just do some of them this. And so I was like, no.
Do them all the same.
Do them all the same.
Because you don't want somebody coming back and they've stayed in room 2
Yes.
and they stay in room 4 and it's a different.
Different experience.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So it took a while to hunt stuff down. And then as I don't know if you know, but prices where we started maybe in September,
Yeah.
prices by December were definitely different. And the bank has this thing about not just giving you extra money,
Right.
just because prices go up. So we had to get a little creative in the project in stuff that we did ourselves. But, we just trucked on.
Yeah.
And so we finally got it done.
Yeah. Yeah, it was during COVID that we met.
Yes.
It was in that zone. I can't remember exactly when the first time I ever came in here. I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we like jalapeno tree. I know a lot of people don't, but I do. I like their green sauce. That's mainly
okay.
what I like. And so we came up here, and it allowed us to drive a little bit. And so we came out here, and then and then I've been to RNA a couple times, and then had heard about you guys' place, and maybe I saw something on social media or something.
Sure.
and we stopped in and met you guys, and had a drink or two, and just kind of chatted up, and it was a fun experience. And then during COVID, everybody was like cooped up.
Yes.
And no volleyball, no going to see grandma, grandpa, and us as adults were like, I need to get out of my house. My kids aren't getting to go to school or whatever. Like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so I pitched a tasting, which I had a friend that was doing some tastings, but her business was a little bit different model than what I wanted to try. And I pitched it to you guys, and you all were like, yeah, let's do it. It sounds fun to me. And so I was like, all right, well, I'll get some ideas together. And I think we started in the ballroom.
Yes.
We started there.
Yes.
And I believe the first couple ones was like maybe 10 or 12 people. And then it grew into like 40 people. And then maybe even more. It was kind of hard to keep up, with all the glasses and, engaging with people. We had a couple dignitaries, we would call, known people to Mineola come to a couple of them.
That's right.
And so it was a blast. It was really, really fun.
Yeah.
But then when COVID subsided, everybody went back to like full-time volleyball, full-time,
Right.
Softball, football. Let's go visit grandma and grandpa. We haven't seen them in a minute.
Yeah.
And then all that kind of dried up a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's what led us here, is because I had some friends that were like, hey, I think you'd be, pretty good at interviewing folks, and you don't mind speaking in front of a camera or in front of a bunch of people. I think you should do it. And of course, first couple ones were pretty rough, but you guys were nice enough to let me pitch another idea. Let me do a podcast from your cigar lounge. And the first couple ones were rough, but here we are 64, 65 episodes later. So I am very, very thankful to you and to Chris for listening to those pitches and at least giving us a place to kind of birth this opportunity and help entrepreneurs and nonprofits kind of get their voice known and give them a free bit of advertising.
Absolutely.
So that I appreciate. Talking about so we're talking about the Beckham, but you guys are in Mineola.
Yes, that's right.
And you said earlier, Chris drove you out here because, you guys like to visit small towns and
Sure.
As the range of vehicles become more and more, and you got hybrids that can drive 500 miles round trip, and now you have Teslas and other electric cars,
Sure.
and you've got people that are working 9 to 5 in the city, bumper to bumper. They're looking for places to get out and explore and stuff like that. Talk to us a little bit about Mineola. Obviously, he maybe threw a dart on that or something. I don't know, but what are some things now that you've lived here for a minute, that you've grown fond of, or that I know you slow down here. That's for sure.
Yes, a little bit.
And you're right across from a train station, right?
Yes.
So
Yes, Amtrak's in our parking lot.
which is incredible because
Yes.
somebody could come from either Longview, Shreveport,
Yes.
or Dallas-Fort Worth and come here. You don't have to drive.
That's right. That's right. Well, and the good thing is, so we visited a lot of small towns, right? And one of the benefits to Mineola is how it's laid out, right? So we have, about 3 blocks, a square downtown. And one of the things that Mineola has that some of the other smaller towns don't is the food choices that we have. Like when we go to small towns, we're figuring out where we're going to eat, who's got the best pie, where are we going for dessert? Is there a cool bar in town? What do they have? And so Mineola has all of that. We have multiple bars. I don't know what the current count of restaurants is, but it's more than 5 within walking distance of the hotel.
All kinds of different choices.
Yes.
Barbecue, Mexican, and
Yeah, burgers,
Burgers.
sandwiches. We've got fried pies. We've got cream pies. There's just all kinds of things to eat around here. We've got ice cream, and we've got cheesecake.
and a coffee store.
And a coffee. We've got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got one in the lobby.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot to eat and drink and walk around and do. Also, not within walking distance, but like, a 5-minute ride is the Nature Preserve. It's about 3,000 acres, and it hosts like disc golf tournaments. It hosts some of the, when we had the April event, so it holds, I can't remember what the word is for it, but it holds a lot of stargazing activities.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Oh, the eclipse.
The eclipse, thank you.
Yeah.
So there was eclipse watching there. You can go fish. In fact, we're having a plein air event in May, and so some of the people will go there to paint. So there's a lot of outdoor activity as well.
Yeah, this golf course nearby.
Yes, we have.
Mineola Country Club.
Yes, and then within about 30 minutes, we also have a links course.
Yeah.
And then we have Lake Fork, right? So that's
Fishing.
Fishing. So
World class fishing.
I think it's the third largest tournament, bass tournament in the.
It's on video games, so it's legit.
Yeah.
And
That's the lipness.
and if you go south, you've got a number of wineries too.
Yes.
So and I would dare say like some of those wineries would compete with hill country in some essence.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, and we have a brewery in Tips M.
Mm-hmm.
There's a brewery in there. Oh, we got our first train. Heck yeah.
There we go.
We'll take a short break. I'm gonna relight this.
The Humidor is your online cigar retailing headquarters. Our experienced staff has spent years finding some of the best cigars from around the world to sell to our customers. If you're looking for an online cigar store that can help you find your next favorite smoke, welcome to the Humidor. We began the Humidor because of our deep appreciation of the finer things in life, a good conversation with friends, an aged whiskey, and, of course, a fine smoke. That's why, in addition to selling premium cigars online, we also operate a brick-and-mortar cigar lounge in Tyler, Texas. Our lounge is crafted to provide a classic ambience with modern sensibilities, and we've spent time ensuring that smokers and non-smokers have an enjoyable experience, whether they're there for a drink with friends or to enjoy the game.
Are you looking to optimize your drilling rig operations and maximize productivity? Look no further. Rex Consulting is here to power your drilling. With over 20 years of industry experience, our expert team provides tailored solutions that drive efficiency, safety, and profitability. From site assessments to cutting-edge technology integration, Rex Consulting is your trusted partner for land-based and offshore oil and gas drilling solutions. Ready to take your rig to the next level? Contact Rex Consulting today and send your operations to the next level in operational performance. Contact Josh Simmons at 918-637-9181. Rex Consulting, level up.
So food, beverage.
Yep.
Obviously, there's a couple bars here in town.
Yep.
Would you walk to?
Yes, there's.
Places to stay.
Yep, there's shopping, there's antique stores, there's boutiques. We also have a movie theater. It's one of the.
Oh, that's right. You do.
One of the longest running ones. And so they also have live music, plays, as well as movies. Yes, they have music performances. There's a symphony there. So there's just a lot going on. And to be one of the top certified retirement communities in the state of Texas.
That's right. Yeah.
That as well. It's not by time stops here, but it definitely slows down. Mm-hmm. We have one of our favorite events is the Christmas parade. It kind of just looks like something out of a Christmas story.
Right.
And so that's really a lot of fun. Hot chocolate, the gazebo. So there's a lot of events around here.
It's a very photogenic town too.
Yes.
You've got the train tracks. You've got a gazebo. You've got a lot of old shops.
Yes.
So a lot of people come here to take like high school photos.
Absolutely.
Family photos. photos with kids that are growing up.
Sure.
Or yeah,
Kids.
dressed up in, Christmas stuff or holiday stuff.
Sure.
Or Halloween stuff. So if people are thinking about like somewhere to go, somewhere to visit, like, and from Dallas, it's what, about an hour and a half?
Hour and a half. Depends
Yeah.
on what you drive. It's an hour for me.
Well, but I'm saying on the train, is it a little bit longer?
I think it's only about an hour because it's actually nonstop. So when it comes to Mineola, we're the last stop. So it's nonstop to Dallas. We're also the first stop. So it's nonstop this way too.
So as long as there's no
I
trouble.
want to say it's about $23 for the cheapest ticket.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
It used to be 15, but then we had inflation.
Yeah, 23 is a lot there.
Well, it includes parking too.
Yeah, exactly. So you moved into this place,
Yes, we moved in a couple years ago.
and so you've been here a lot.
Yes, there was really not a need for a house
Right.
when you're building and you're working and
Right.
you're just kind of wasting time in the car.
Yeah. So this hotel has been known to have some activity,
There have been some reported occurrences. That is correct.
but you're here a lot.
I'm mostly here, yes,
Yes.
all the time.
You're here working,
That's right.
maybe gallivant a little bit here and there, but mostly here.
Yep, mostly here.
And so walk us a little bit through what people either have said, reported, or what you've experienced.
Sure.
Because I think, I want to believe. And so when you hear a creak or when you hear maybe a door shut or whatever,
Yeah.
like your hopes are that, 'cause I'm not afraid. It's like, I hope it is what it is.
Right?
And then you take a picture, you see an orb.
Yep.
Like what has people said or done, or
So,
what are you seeing?
all right. So when we, first looked at this place, obviously we did some research and those stories came up in research, right? But, there's the story of the star-crossed lovers by the safe that one of the TV shows helped cross over, right? When we talked to one of the previous owners, he mentioned, I won't say his famous, but his most remembered event was being in the lobby. And you've been in the lobby, right? We've got the terrazzo floor and, 12-foot ceilings. And he was there. It was after, not like an event, but there had been people here. They were in the lobby talking as they exited the door, right? And so they're standing in the lobby, and all of a sudden, water comes down. So I can tell you that water wasn't running that section of the second or the third floor, even when we bought it, right, which was years later.
Right.
And so he just was like, well, he knew this too, but where was it coming from? And, there were some witnesses to that. And that was the most memorable experience he had because it was the most bizarre. So it's not always an orb, right, or a picture, but that's what he experienced firsthand. And he was sober. So, and he didn't kid about stuff like that. And so that was, to me, that's a very interesting event because, where does water materialize from?
Right.
So there's also been stories of, Elizabeth is her name.
Yeah.
That is said to be wearing funny enough, a red dress or a white dress. The stories are mixed. And she'll be on the stairs. So we've heard about that one. We've also heard about the little girl in the lobby who looks into the restaurant doors, right? The restaurant's Italian.
Very cool.
Yep. And then we have heard about a
You
ghost.
say we. You haven't seen any of these things?
No.
Okay. You haven't heard anything.
No. Nothing that I can't explain.
No cold, jolts of air or any of that?
Not for me.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I typically run hot, so cold jolt of air I would remember.
Okay.
So maybe they just don't want to mess with me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No shining experience.
No shining experience.
Right.
No. So, but I do know another funny thing is when we, bought it, we were started renovating it. We were told several months later that there were some people in a building, adjacent in the lobby that were not happy with us, and I was like, oh, why is that? Like, we don't even know them.
Yeah.
And allegedly, they were mad at us because the ghost that had been in the hotel moved into their building.
Okay.
So maybe they were here,
Yeah.
but
They were like, we ain't messing with that.
That's
Barney
right.
clan.
That's right. My reputation precedes me.
Yes.
So anyway, I don't know. Like I said, we haven't, seen or experienced anything. We did have a worker that was working late one night on the ballroom.
Yeah.
And he was, going up the stairs with equipment and heard, footsteps behind him. Stopped. Footsteps stopped. And, he wasn't a believer, but he
Was
was
an echo of footsteps.
So we've had people,
Right.
say things. We have people come. We had ghost hunters last week. They actually come annually.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So we have all kinds of hunters come and look and see, and they have different experiences, right? Some say yay and some say nay.
Yeah.
So
The closest thing I ever had to it, we built a house a couple years ago, and it was like one of the first events we ever had in it. And my wife had lost her grandfather like a year before, maybe a year and a half, and we moved in around his birthday. And we have a Google Home, and you Google Home, you say, hey Google, what's the weather, and it'll tell you, or what, hey Google, play this music, and it'll play it, or whatever it is. And her parents were over, or I know it was my parents over, and we were, kind of talking. They were about to leave, and you know how like at the end of a visit, you start talking just about like different things and what you want to do next, and hey, we want to see you, whatever. And all of a sudden, like 1950s music starts playing, and we're like, what is that? Like, I don't know if somebody triggered it to play it, or I don't know. And it may have been both of our parents there. If I can't remember all exact those details, but I remember that playing. Because all of us were like, what in the world is being played? And so my wife was like, oh, that's my grandfather, for sure. And so when we ever hear a creak or a knock, or it could be shifting, it could be a variety of different things.
Sure.
We always say, okay, it's Gramps. It's just him. He's here. And we have heard many recently, so he needs to come around a little bit more. Okay, so what if somebody books a room here? What should they expect?
they should expect a very good night's sleep.
Yes.
So we actually have
Are you talking about Suburban Bar and then there's
wow. You can have
and some fantastic martinis too.
That's right. Well,
You're gonna have the best martini in Mineola, and you're gonna have really good, one of the best, if not the best.
That's right.
Bourbon selection in Mineola, and really in this area. Like you're not gonna go to Lindale, which is a bigger town.
Sure.
And get a better bourbon selection. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Because I helped you.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of what we learned about bourbon, we learned from this. So,
I mean, you're going to find a better bourbon selection here. You're going to, I'll let you talk, but I mean, it's a really good destination for a girl's trip, a guy's trip. It's a safe area.
yes.
It's an area that can host like, if you like poker, I've heard some people doing poker events
Yes.
here.
Yes.
And or if you wanted to do like small parties, large parties, or whatever.
Sure.
But I'm sorry, I'm stealing a little bit of your thunder, but I wanted to kind of inject what I know that you guys do. We're gonna take some pictures of the bar to make sure people understand like what your selection looks like.
Sure.
The martinis are to die for. You're not going to get better martinis, and they're full to the brim. No, you're not going to get. There's no slouching.
No, there's
Yes, and they're not going to be, light pours either. They're going to be.
no.
They're. What I mean is that you get your money's worth here
Yep.
because you're going to reward people for coming here.
Yeah, absolutely. They want to come here and see what's going on. They want to have a good time. They want to kind of relax, hang out. We have people who come here a lot actually from the DFW area, to deal with parents, right?
Right.
Or grandparents, clean out houses. So we have it's kind of like a melting pot. It's like a meeting place. One of the things that we like here is that we have a lot of nooks and crannies to sit and talk. That's one of the things we learned through the COVID.
I totally agree.
It,
You have like little booth areas. Then you have like a couch where 3 or 4 people can sit on it and talk amongst themselves.
Yep.
You've got obviously the outside area is its own animal.
Sure.
But the inside area has like these little pockets of almost like a club. But you don't have the loud music. You don't
Right.
have, people carrying bottles all over the place. And
Yeah.
it's very hippish, like feel to it,
Yeah.
or like an Austin feel.
Yeah.
In a way where you can be part of the group if you want, or
Sure.
you can just kind of
Be on your own.
be on your own and say,
That's
hey,
right.
look, we're having a couples weekend,
Yes.
and we just want it to be about us, and we want a bunch of drinks and or what's I can't remember the name of the drink that Summer always orders. I know it's a martini, but it's the
Oh, the coconut or the espresso?
espresso.
The
I
espresso.
got a bunch of espresso martinis.
Yes.
In my cubby hole until I go to bed. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, and the one thing after COVID, right? Because we opened the hotel post COVID, so we already had the ballroom.
Yeah.
We had the bar. We had the shops and stuff. But one of the biggest compliments, I take it as a compliment, but one of the biggest comments we had is people can come here, have a conversation, like you said, not get drowned out by a lot of music. We do have, music playing in the background. You want, louder music, you can go to the patio, or the light event. But we've missed that, right?
Yeah.
And there was a lot of isolation during COVID,
Sure.
right? Which was really sad. So people get to kind of talk and hang out. We get a lot of couples stay too. We get a lot of anniversaries.
Yeah.
And we do have a couple of anniversaries that we celebrate with people who got married here.
Yeah.
So they come back to their same honeyroom,
Yeah.
room and hang out. And they get to just kind of be on their own. And like you said, it's safe. You can get extra loopy and, have fun, and you don't have to worry about it. And so that's one thing we really like. That's one thing that, a lot of our customers comment on as well. But you get a good night's sleep because we have the Beauty Rest black mattresses.
Yeah.
We have really awesome pillows. And, the linen. So, when you wake up the next morning, you want to go, oh my gosh, that's a horrible mattress. Like I said, the rooms are, they fit queen beds. You got hot water, bath, all that.
Right.
And you just want to have a good time. And that's what this is about. It's about the experience. And that's what people like about it. They really do.
Yeah, your rooms also remind me, like I've been down to the Kippersall, the States a couple times and stayed at their estate, and your rooms remind me it's a smaller feeling room.
Yes,
It's
it
not
is.
going to be a Hampton or anything
That's
like
right.
that.
That's right.
But it's not going to be cookie cutter either.
That's right.
And but you're more like it's like you're at your grandmother's house kind of feel. Like, and how do you sleep at your in? I mean, you gotta sleep hard there. You feel like you're at home and safe.
Yes.
And it's a good feeling. When somebody stays here, are there like you have a coffee shop that's attached, and then close places to eat breakfast? Or,
Correct. Yes, within walking distance. So one of the other projects that we took
By the way, I didn't mention it. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but your rooms are half the price of Kippersall stays. So I mean, just keep that in mind. Like it's the same kind of room at half the price.
Well, yes. Well, that is one thing. We haven't had any rate increases since we opened.
Right.
Because we're trying to make it affordable, but at the same time, quality, labor, cost.
Yeah,
But we try to make it a good value, right? We
Yeah.
want you to be, happy at the end of your stay. But anyway, so we have those. We get a lot of calls, right? We get a lot of people coming in. We actually have an influx of people coming in on the train now. Actually, a lot from Fort Worth and Louisiana.
Yeah.
So people are kind of finding out about that, So
And this weekend we have First Monday, so there's
that's right.
There's lots of people.
That's
up
right.
For that.
Yeah, we get a lot of dealers that will come to Mineola to buy before they go, or on the way. We get overflow from Canton.
Yeah.
On Canton weekends, especially with the weather as beautiful as it is this week.
Right.
It's about time.
And then Leadell twice a year has the
wine fest, that's
wine
right.
events.
Yes.
And so those hotels, the traditional hotels, fill up.
Yes, they
And then they boost the price over $200 a night, typically.
Yeah.
To $240, $250, $260 a night, and some people are that's when you see folks going, hey, look, I'm willing to. It's 10 miles.
Yeah, it's a straight shot.
Right, straight shots.
Yeah, very easy. So yeah, we have that. So one of the projects that we worked on with Horse Feathers Gallery was a walk around map. So we helped the city by developing that. And so Karen, her print shop prints that, to kind of help people out. So we have those in the lobby. So you get a layout to see where the restaurants are, people ask.
Awesome.
Obviously, for our opinion. So we tried, if you're new here, you won't be new long.
Yeah, that's awesome. What kind of upcoming events do you guys have?
So one of the upcoming events we have, one of the things that we've
By
started.
the way, it's October 30th.
30.
So tomorrow's Halloween, which means you're probably giving out candy tomorrow.
Yes, we are. And actually downtown, there will be a...
Well, you're trying to dress for Halloween today.
Well, I was trying to be in the moment and be prepared. But yeah, we'll be giving out candy tomorrow. Halloween here in Mineola is really all about the kids. But maybe Saturday the adults will be out to play. But yeah, it'll be trunk or treat. The street will be blocked off and kids will go around safe in their costumes to get treats and hang out. And it'll go all the way up to the First Baptist Church that kind of stops on the block over.
That's the other thing I love about Mineola is that not afraid to block everything off.
Yeah.
And yes, it sounds like it's going to be very hellish for parking,
Yes.
but it's Mineola, Texas,
Yes, it is.
which means you're a thousandaire, and so yeah, you're gonna have to park a little bit. You may have to walk a little bit, but once you get into that area,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about anything.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
you're gonna have it's all fun. And kids, to me, have a ton of fun.
Yes, they do.
In these small towns.
Yes, they do. My daughter is so excited about tomorrow. So
okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So she's got her costume ready. She is good to go. So she really looks forward to
Where
it.
is she gonna be?
She, I don't know if you're familiar with the show Descendants.
No.
Okay, so that's where the Disney villains and princesses had kids.
Okay.
And so she is going to be the Queen of Hearts' daughter.
Oh, I like that.
Throwback. So her grandmother was a costume designer.
Okay.
And so she has made her costume. So she's very excited.
Yeah.
It's the first time she's actually going to be wearing heels. So
Okay.
I'm super stoked.
Maybe a little wobbly.
She's got a lot of sass to go with that.
Oh, yes, yes. I've met her a couple times. Yeah, yeah.
So
She may have gotten it from somewhere too.
I don't know what you're
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
No, not at all.
We're hosting a little get together, and ours is going to be Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, yeah.
So the Day of the Dead.
Yes.
And it's going to be interesting. We've got some friends coming over, and some games that are pretty interesting. They may have gotten from Mexico. They may have been not regulated by the U.S.
That's right.
Trademarked. It'll be interesting.
Of
So you have Halloween, and then you brought something for what is that?
Yeah, so one of the things that I was talking about is we have created the Arts District. It's actually called Art by the Tracks.
Okay.
And it's basically the Commerce Street Collective. and we are trying to further the art community here. So we're going to have a holiday party.
That's cool.
Going to be able to walk around. We have currently 4 art galleries within the Beckham Hotel. And actually the way it's designed is you can walk from one end of the Beckham at that gallery all the way through, with the beverage. And we'll have music on the patio. We'll have some light food. And so you can, have some culture in Mineola.
Yeah. By the way, you guys make one of the best charcuterie boards there is. I mean, I think I'd put you guys right next to Fredericksburg with charcuterie boards.
Well, thank you.
Like you do. And we've done a couple tastings with them, and everybody compliments it. And that was one thing that really separated what I felt like separated my samplings from other people that did samplings or that whatever, was the food out element, as I wanted people to eat something
Sure.
while they're having a couple beverages, and
Right.
we would do pauses like, hey, we're going to take a 15-minute break or whatever. It just made me feel better about
Right.
people leaving
Right.
with crackers or cheese or
Yeah. Need
prosciutto,
a little protein.
pickles,
Yep.
Bailey.
The homemade ones?
Yeah, the hydration,
Yes.
cherries, the different kinds of nuts and stuff like that. Y'all do a great job for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, as we've learned from you, you don't even have to set out to drink a lot, but as you're tasting and you're learning, it kind of adds up. So you need something to break it up because we want people being safe.
100%. It's 100%, and you want people leaving saying, "Okay, I'm hydrated.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I feel okay. I feel good. I feel
Yeah.
good about what and it was fun.
Yeah.
And the next day, the next week, you want them to say, "Hey, I had a blast. This is where we did it. We did it to Beckham. We learned about this, and this." It probably no telling how many stories were told
Right.
about those events.
Sure.
And that's all. That's good. That's good enough for me, for sure.
Making new memories.
Yeah. Okay. So if somebody wanted to book a room
Sure.
or contact the hotel, what are some ways that they could get in touch with you guys?
Sure. They can.
Or what's the best ways?
Well, if they have a lot of questions and they prefer to talk to some people, sometimes that's just their preference. They can give us a call at the hotel. You can find us on Facebook or Google. You can also go to our website, which is www.mineolabechamhotel.com. Our number and contact information is also on there. You can email us.
Right.
You can book and then, give us a call, because some people, if it's in a busy time of year, they'll want to make sure they've got a room. It's easy to cancel. It's no problem. But you can call us. We can take the reservation over the phone as well. We want people to ask whatever questions, like, for example, we do not have a working elevator. There's never been an elevator in this hotel. So sometimes if the first floor rooms are booked,
Right.
that can be a challenge. So far, thankfully, that hasn't been a challenge. But they are on the 3rd floor. We have great stairs. They're easy. You go up.
Yep.
The bellhop will take your bag up for you if you need. We just explain how the room works when they get here. But, we want people to have a great time.
I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but for somebody who's like, "Hey, I don't want to go to the website." Well,
sure.
what are rooms run typically for? I'm sure there's different types of rooms.
Well, we've actually kind of simplified it.
Okay, good.
There's 2 options. There's our regular queen room, private bath, $149 plus tax.
Okay.
And then we have a 4-room suite. So it has 2 king beds, 2 queen beds, and it's a bathroom that's in the hall that's shared by just those 4. However, one of the features about this hotel is that each room has their own mirror sink. So you can
get ready.
Yes. So it doesn't feel like a hold up like it may seem, because you can be shaving his
Shower,
teeth
yes.
while she's in the shower. So people are like, "Oh, that's interesting," but that's how it was in the railroad
Yeah.
times. So we still have that. So the 4-room suite we get a lot for birthday parties. Our last party, he was turning 50, and they stayed out on the patio. And I'll tell you how that night went. They ended up taking shots of scotch, so you can understand that it was a great 50th birthday.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So what is something like that?
So the 4-room suite is $499 plus tax.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah, technically it's a little bit cheaper if you're sharing.
Yeah.
Or if you've got kids and you want them in a different room. But
Yeah.
a lot of times we see that
Are they
as
lockout
a couple party.
type of situation, or are they're lockout? Each room is its own entity.
Yes,
Right.
that is correct.
So you have a
It's our-
wing. You have a whole wing.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Awesome.
Yes, you did.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yes, it is.
I need to do something like that. That would be tricky.
Yeah, it could be.
Yes, yes.
Yes, it could.
That sounds like fun. All right. Well, cool. All right. I briefed you before we came on, told you that at the end of all of my podcasts, which is a little different than some other podcasts, I like for my guests to talk a little bit about some individuals that made a difference in their life, or they want to give shout out to, or whatever.
Sure.
It's hard to do because it's so easy to say my spouse, because we talk a lot about Chris in general, because it's implied.
Yeah.
Like, and your daughter, it's implied. Like, they're part of this journey.
That's right.
Like,
And our parents and our, yes.
yeah, like,
Absolutely.
who would you like to give a shout out to?
So it really
That was
does.
a deep breath.
It really made me think, because sometimes we're so busy going forward, we do have to look back, but
Yeah.
you got to stop and, take 5 minutes to do that. So we've had some really amazing friends
Yeah.
help us. So we have Jessica. I have a thing for names, so I know like 3 Jessicas. So all 3 Jessicas
Oh, very good.
were instrumental.
JJJ.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they do almost all have the same initials. And so Jessica,
Just know that you're appreciated.
that absolutely, without a doubt, 100%. And then Jessica and Scott, I don't know that we would have been able to opening night if it hadn't been for them.
Yeah.
They just really busted their chops, just more than what normal friends would do, I think. But maybe that's the Mineola air, or the martinis, I'm not sure. And then Kevin has been instrumental, especially with the bar selection, keeping us up to date, making sure that we're serving, popular drinks. And then, of course, Jay. Jay has been there.
Jay.
Yes, Jay has been there to help, even with my work schedule, right? Because I said this is a part-time job, right? Help making, I give 100% to everything that I do. So sometimes I just need some flexibility. Jay's been able to do that. Jay's been great sounding board for ideas, right? Especially when we took on the restaurant, different things. And so he's just been, nonstop. They've all just been amazing, and we couldn't have done it without him. And last but not least, it is you.
No. I was going to thank you.
No. Because when we first came out here, we didn't really know anybody, right?
Yeah.
And so we have a mutual friend, and I had just learned about bourbon because I had gone up to Kentucky and done a tour, and I was learning about lean at the time. So I'm about process. And so we knew that we wanted to learn more, and you made that possible because you allowed us to be part of the East.
I had a bunch of passion there.
East
I have a little
Texas.
less now.
Wow. Well, you're on to tequila now, right?
No. Well, that's a little bit of both. I mean, I it's a weird passion, but my ancestry, with E.H. Taylor.
Right.
And I've talked about this a couple times on the podcast. It was almost meant to be type of thing.
Yes.
And when I've had one or two, then I get very passionate about things, and
Yeah.
I'm a good salesperson. And
Yes.
And then when I see a lot of potential, then I really invest
Yeah.
in people and in places and things like that. And your place is a hidden gem amongst a lot of riffraff.
Yeah.
And I think the world of you and Chris, and thank you so much for letting us let me start 2 different things here.
Adventure.
but it was beneficial on both ends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and got you guys a little bit of exposure when we were doing the bourbon sampling, and then now doing the podcast here in your cigar lounge.
Yeah.
It's a special place to me. I don't live in Mineola, so I actually drive here.
Yes.
To come to see you guys and talk shop. Every time we come here, it's not just about business; it's about shop.
Yep.
And it's about how things are going. And I truly, want you guys to do well and have talked to your daughter a bunch of times about a variety of different things. And so, I'm invested in what you do and your success and the people around you and recommendations and looking at different things and I've been in the restaurant business and I haven't been in the hotel business, but I've been in enough businesses to know hey, you're buying off a little bit more than you chew, or hey, I think that's cool that you're doing that. Just keep a lookout or whatever. That's right. But I love coming out here. I love what you guys do. I think it's taken tremendous sacrifice, and I admire what you're doing. I really do, and it's just it just fit into place what we were doing, and thankfully we've got other companies. We've got some companies that believe in what we're doing, but you guys championed it first. So just be clear, you saw the vision first, and we appreciate that tremendously.
Yep.
And I love coming here and eat every time because it feels like home. I feel comfortable here. I can talk here.
Sure.
It's interesting. There's a lot of history here, and you can feel it.
Yep. Yep. Well, people love our bourbon selection.
Yes.
And we love educating people, right? So that enthusiasm gets passed on. And again, it's not all about just drinking. People love to learn, and bourbon has such a it's so American.
Yes.
And we had people here from France, and even people from other countries just love, right? It's tied to Kentucky Derby, right? From a memory bait perspective.
Yep.
And people just love that. So we appreciate everything you do to help us.
It's funny. You go to other countries. Portugal has a Texas bar.
Oh, wow.
And we were hoping to go there in a couple of years, and so we're like, oh, we're definitely hitting that place.
Of course.
I'm singing karaoke. They're gonna hear my wang, and they're gonna know that it's real.
That's
So,
right. Authentic.
we live in a great place, and it's a fun time to be here because. People are adapting to different things but they're spending their money smartly. And that's the main thing I want to make sure that we conveyed is it's $26, $23, whatever it is to get out here.
Right.
You don't have to drive, and you can have a blast for a weekend
Yeah.
as a couple, as a group,
Sure.
as a guys group, as a girls group. And if you're from DFW, you don't have to drive at all. And it's like a Fredericksburg, similar. So
Yes.
It's not the same.
No, it's not.
It's not 26 wineries.
Right.
But it's a fun time.
It is.
And you can do it for a long weekend.
You can. Well, and we do have Uber out here, and we do have several wineries right within a 20-30 minute drive. So there is actually a lot to do out here.
100%.
Yeah. So we love it.
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming on. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I knew it would be. Come on.
How can it not be?
Yeah.
That's right.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
Appreciate it. All right. Our next episode is going to be about eating during the holidays. So it's going to be a fun one. We've got a male and a female talking a little bit about the differences between both, because we both know dudes can eat more. They just can, and they can lose weight faster, which is unfair. We know that. But so we have both sides of the aisle here, and both are going to talk to us a little bit about how to control your eating during the holidays, what to pick out. Protein's going to probably be a big topic during that conversation, but looking forward to that. Thank you so much. We'll see you then.